Have you ever wondered what happens when Disney's brightest stars step off stage and reveal their true colors? Welcome to LGBTQ+ vibes. Today, we are unearthing the secret journeys of 10 former Disney darlings turned LGBTQ+ trailblazers. From unexpected revelations to daring style revolutions, you will be stunned by their transformations. Stay tuned, our final star story will blow your mind. Let us dive in. Milo Manheim. Milo Manheim first captured hearts as Zed in Disney Channel's hit musical Zombies, but his impact extends far beyond choreographed routines and catchy tunes. Raised in Los Angeles within a family that prized creativity, Milo attended performing arts workshops from a young age. His formal training in singing, dancing, and acting at a prestigious academy refined his technique, yet it was his unguarded enthusiasm and open-hearted spirit that truly set him apart. On screen, Milo infused Zed with an authenticity that resonated across generations. His expressive performance transformed simple musical numbers into moments of genuine connection. The character's wardrobe, pastel crop tops paired with tailored jackets and glittering accessories, challenged rigid definitions of masculinity, sending a powerful message that clothing should reflect personal expression, not societal expectations. Off-screen, Milo's dedication to LGBTQ+ youth is equally inspiring. He partners with organizations that provide mental health resources and safe spaces for queer teens, and he regularly headlines virtual benefit concerts that fund community centers in underserved regions. In interviews, Milo speaks candidly about the pressures of fame and the importance of self-care, encouraging fans to seek support when they struggle. Beyond activism, Milo has ventured into creative collaborations that further his mission. In 2023, he partnered with a queer fashion collective to launch a limited edition clothing line, donating a portion of proceeds to LGBTQ+ youth shelters. The collection featured unisex silhouettes and inclusive sizing, reflecting his belief that fashion should be accessible to all. He also guest-hosted a podcast series on self-expression, interviewing artists and advocates about their journeys. On social media, Milo's presence is both playful and sincere. He shares behind-the-scenes glimpses of rehearsals, lighthearted dance challenges, and thoughtful reflections on identity. His followers often comment that his posts have helped them feel seen and understood. Milo Manheim's journey reminds us that true visibility need not be loud. Sometimes the simplest act of living one's truth each day can create the most profound change. Garrett Clayton. Garrett Clayton made his Disney debut as the sun-kissed surfer Tanner in Teen Beach Movie, dazzling audiences with his infectious smile and athletic grace. Behind the scenes, however, Garrett carried a secret fear that coming out as gay would derail his career. Advised by agents to maintain a marketable image, he spent years hiding his true self. That changed when Garrett took a courageous step on Instagram, announcing his sexuality and introducing his partner, Blake Knight. His heartfelt post detailed the emotional toll of secrecy and the liberation of living openly. It was more than a personal revelation. It was a beacon of hope for LGBTQ+ performers who had been told to stay hidden. In that moment, Garrett shattered the myth that authenticity and success are mutually exclusive. Since coming out, Garrett has redefined his career on his own terms. He has starred in films like King Cobra, which confront LGBTQ+ themes head-on, and he uses his platform to advocate for mental health awareness and body positivity. He speaks openly about the pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards, reminding fans that self-acceptance is the foundation of confidence. Garrett's influence extends to philanthropic work. He volunteers with organizations that support homeless LGBTQ+ youth, and he has hosted fundraisers to provide scholarships for queer students pursuing the arts. On social media, he shares candid reflections on self-love, posting workout videos, personal anecdotes, and messages of encouragement. Through every step of his journey, Garrett Clayton exemplifies the power of vulnerability. His transformation from Disney heartthrob to fearless advocate demonstrates that true courage lies in embracing one's truth, and that doing so can inspire countless others to do the same. Joshua Bassett. Joshua Bassett's star rose quickly when he portrayed Ricky in High School Musical: The Series, capturing audiences with his boy-next-door charm and soulful voice. Yet it was a casual remark about Harry Styles in a 2021 interview that ignited a global conversation about his sexuality. Rather than stage a dramatic coming-out event, Joshua chose authenticity. He posted a sincere message on Instagram, affirming that love transcends labels and that it is okay not to have all the answers. Joshua's approach resonated deeply with Gen Z, who value honesty over spectacle. He had already been living his truth through a fluid blend of masculine and feminine energy, whether he was wearing a tailored blazer or a pastel crop top. His music, including the emotionally raw tracks Feel Something and Lifeline, explores themes of identity, healing, and vulnerability, inviting listeners to embrace their own journeys. Off-screen, Joshua uses his platform to foster inclusivity. He partners with LGBTQ+ organizations, participates in charity events, and speaks openly about mental health challenges. He encourages fans to seek help when they struggle and to support one another without judgment. Joshua's authenticity extends to his creative collaborations, from directing music videos that highlight queer stories to mentoring young artists who are exploring their own identities. In interviews and live streams, Joshua balances seriousness with warmth. He shares personal anecdotes about the trials of adolescence, the complexities of fame, and the importance of community. His willingness to be open about his experiences, both joyful and difficult, has made him a role model for young people around the world. Joshua Bassett's journey underscores the idea that living truthfully, even in small ways, can create space for others to do the same. At just 15 years old, Joshua Rush made history as Cyrus Goodman in Andy Mack, becoming Disney Channel's first openly gay character. In a landmark scene, Cyrus confided his true feelings to his best friend, offering millions of young viewers a rare moment of representation that felt honest and hopeful. Joshua's nuanced performance captured the courage and vulnerability of coming out, earning praise from fans and critics alike. 2 years later, Joshua Rush extended that authenticity to his personal life by coming out as bisexual on social media. His heartfelt announcement spoke of the fluid nature of identity and the importance of self-discovery. Since then, Joshua has become a passionate advocate for LGBTQ+ rights, mental health awareness, and youth civic engagement. He has spoken at political rallies, urging young people to register to vote and to stand up for equality. His voice has echoed in legislative halls and community centers, reminding us that representation matters not only in entertainment, but in the real world. Off-screen, Joshua balances advocacy with creativity. He writes essays and produces short films that explore queer themes, offering nuanced perspectives on family, friendship, and self-acceptance. He collaborates with nonprofit organizations to develop educational programs that teach empathy and inclusion in schools. Joshua's approach to activism is rooted in empathy. He listens to the stories of others, amplifying voices that are often marginalized. In interviews, he emphasizes that identity can evolve and that seeking support is a sign of strength. Joshua Rush's journey demonstrates that authenticity is a continuous process, and that sharing one's truth can inspire positive change on and off the screen. Joe Serafini. Joe Serafini's portrayal of Seb in High School Musical, the series may have seemed understated, but it carried the weight of a quiet revolution. Raised in New York by parents who were musical theater performers, Joe developed his talents on stage from a young age. His audition for Seb, a role that would become Disney's first openly gay teen character, was grounded in honesty and warmth. On screen, Seb's romance with Carlos, Frankie Rodriguez, was revolutionary because it was portrayed with gentle normalcy. There were no sensational plot twists or tragic backstories, just two young people experiencing the joy and uncertainty of first love. In a memorable scene, Seb and Carlos share a shy dance beneath the stage lights, their smiles and tender gestures capturing the beauty of authentic connection. Viewers described the moment as life-changing, and Joe's performance received acclaim for its sincerity. Off-screen, Joe Serafini has become a steadfast advocate for mental health and LGBTQ+ visibility. He collaborates with the Trevor Project and the It Gets Better Project, participating in fundraising events and public service announcements. He speaks at schools and community gatherings, sharing his journey of self-acceptance and encouraging young people to seek help when needed. In interviews, Joe reflects on how portraying Seb allowed him to embrace his own identity more fully. Joe's fashion choices further underscore his message of authenticity. Whether he is wearing a tailored suit on the red carpet or a casual sweater and jeans in behind-the-scenes videos, he radiates confidence and approachability. He highlights LGBTQ+ owned designers and hosts live Q&A sessions on social media, answering questions about self-love, coming out, and resilience. Joe Serafini's story reminds us that representation is not just about visibility, but about the depth of the stories we share. By living his truth and portraying a tender queer romance with respect and care, he has shown that everyday acts of authenticity can spark meaningful change. Frankie Rodriguez brought Carlos to life in High School Musical, The Series, and his performance redefined what queer representation could look like on a family network. Born in Los Angeles to Puerto Rican parents, Frankie trained in classical ballet and modern dance before discovering his passion for acting in high school theater. His audition for Carlos impressed Disney executives with both technical skill and an infectious optimism that felt genuine and uplifting. On screen, Carlos's confession of love to Seb was a milestone for LGBTQ+ storytelling. The moment unfolded in a dimly lit hallway, Carlos's voice trembling with sincerity as he expressed his feelings. Fans described the scene as the first time I felt truly seen. Frankie's nuanced portrayal captured the exhilaration and vulnerability of first love, setting a new standard for how queer relationships could be depicted. Off-screen, Frankie channels his passion into activism. He hosts Queer Joy workshops at community centers, blending dance, improvisation, and storytelling to empower LGBTQ+ youth. He collaborates with GLAAD on short films that highlight underrepresented queer voices. And in 2024, he headlined a virtual Pride concert that raised significant funds for homeless LGBTQ+ teens. Frankie also mentors aspiring artists, offering guidance on mental health, self-care, and creative expression. On social media, Frankie's authenticity shines. He posts morning routine vlogs, rehearsal bloopers, and heartfelt tributes to fans who share their coming out stories. In one viral TikTok, he surprised a fan who had painted his face and serenaded them with "You are perfect just the way you are," creating a moment of joy that resonated worldwide. Frankie Rodriguez exemplifies the power of representation that celebrates life's simple pleasures. Through laughter, dance, and open-hearted storytelling, he demonstrates that queer love can be joyful, playful, and full of hope. His career is defined not by hardship, but by the radiant light he brings to every stage and screen. Luke Mullen's influence on Disney's portrayal of gender and identity is profound, even if it is understated. Raised in a small Midwestern town, Luke found refuge in school plays and local theater productions. They earned a scholarship to a regional conservatory before moving to Los Angeles to pursue acting professionally. Identifying as non-binary and using they/them pronouns, Luke brings authenticity to every role they inhabit. In Andy Mack, Luke portrayed a supportive friend in a series lauded for its nuanced queer representation. Their character navigated complex family dynamics and personal growth without being reduced to a single label. Viewers praised the show for normalizing diverse identities, and Luke's performance was central to that achievement. Off-screen, Luke has become a dedicated educator and activist. They partner with GLSEN to host workshops on gender diversity in schools, helping educators develop inclusive curricula. Luke also collaborated with fashion designers to launch a gender-neutral clothing line, emphasizing comfort and self-expression. The collection debuted at New York Fashion Week, marking a milestone for non-binary visibility in high fashion. In digital spaces, Luke models thoughtful engagement. They share mental health resources, facilitate conversations about pronouns and respect, and spotlight grassroots organizations supporting rural LGBTQ+ communities. In one viral Instagram Live, Luke guided viewers through a pronoun workshop, turning a potentially awkward topic into a celebration of language and identity. Luke Mullen's journey underscores the power of quiet revolution. By living authentically, educating others, and creating art that reflects the full spectrum of human experience, they continue to expand what it means to be seen and accepted. Luke's story is a testament to the idea that progress often happens not with fanfare, but through the steady work of those who dare to be themselves. Cameron Boyce captured the world's affection through roles in Jesse and Descendants, yet his greatest impact was his steadfast allyship. Though he never publicly labeled his orientation, Cameron used his rising platform to champion LGBTQ+ rights, mental health awareness, and social justice. He spoke passionately about creating inclusive spaces where all young people could feel safe to be themselves. Cameron collaborated with organizations that provided resources and support for LGBTQ+ youth, lending his voice to campaigns that destigmatized mental health conversations. He believed that vulnerability was a sign of strength and encouraged fans to seek help and to support one another. His kindness and authenticity endeared him to millions, making him a role model far beyond his on-screen persona. After his tragic passing in 2019, the Cameron Boyce Foundation was established to continue his mission. The foundation focuses on mental health, arts education, and social justice, reflecting Cameron's core values. Through scholarships, community events, and partnerships with nonprofit organizations, the foundation provides opportunities for young people to express themselves creatively and to find support in times of need. Cameron Boyce's legacy reminds us that true impact extends beyond fame. His life exemplified the power of compassion, kindness, and allyship. Though he is no longer with us, Cameron's spirit lives on through the lives he touched and the causes he championed, inspiring new generations to act with empathy and courage. When Olivia Rodrigo's debut single Driver's License topped the charts, few anticipated its profound resonance with the LGBTQ+ community. Her confessional lyrics about heartbreak and longing transcended labels, offering solace to anyone navigating the complexities of identity and love. Olivia's follow-up hits, Deja Vu and Good For You, showcased her versatility, yet each song maintained an emotional honesty that fans found irresistible. Though Olivia has never publicly labeled her sexuality, her music has become a soundtrack for queer youth seeking representation in pop culture. Her raw vulnerability invites listeners to project their own experiences onto her songs, making her an unofficial queer icon. Olivia's success underscores the power of art to unite and heal, proving that authenticity in songwriting can create profound connections. Offstage, Olivia conducts herself with humility and compassion. She advocates for mental health awareness and authentic self-expression, using interviews and public appearances to highlight the importance of support systems. Her fashion, mixing vintage silhouettes with modern edge, has inspired fans to embrace their unique style without fear of judgment. Olivia has donated proceeds from charity live streams to organizations supporting youth mental health and equality, demonstrating that her commitment to compassion extends far beyond her music. Olivia Rodrigo's journey reminds us that representation can emerge organically through artistry. She shows that one does not need to publicly declare an identity to offer hope and validation. Through her music and her example, Olivia provides a safe space for listeners of all identities to find comfort, strength, and the courage to tell their own stories. Frankie Grande. If ever there were a figure who embodied unapologetic self-expression, it is Frankie Grande. From his early days on Big Brother to his Broadway performances in Rock of Ages and Mamma Mia, Frankie has never hidden his identity. He uses every platform, stage, screen, and social media to celebrate LGBTQ+ culture and to advocate for acceptance. Frankie hosts pride events around the world, lending his star power to celebrations that honor the achievements and struggles of the community. He mentors young queer performers, offering guidance on audition techniques and navigating public life. His exuberant personality and glittering stage presence make him a beloved figure, but it is his genuine compassion that truly defines him. On social media, Frankie produces content ranging from comedic sketches to heartfelt discussions about self-love and resilience. He highlights the work of grassroots organizations that provide vital resources to LGBTQ+ youth and encourages his followers to engage in acts of kindness. His message is simple yet profound. Love yourself first, and the world will follow. Frankie Grande's journey is a testament to the transformative power of joy and visibility. By living boldly and encouraging others to do the same, he continues to inspire audiences around the world to embrace their identities and to celebrate the diversity that makes our community stronger. These 10 stars, Milo Manheim, Garrett Clayton, Joshua Bassett, Joshua Rush, Joe Serafini, Frankie Rodriguez, Luke Mullen, Cameron Boyce, Olivia Rodrigo, and Frankie Grande have each rewritten the narrative of what it means to grow up in the spotlight. They show us that the greatest magic lies in authenticity, the courage to embrace one's truth, and the compassion to lift others along the way. If these stories moved you, please like this video, subscribe to LGBTQ+ Vibes, and share your favorite moment in the comments. Until next time, keep shining your light. Your story matters, and your authenticity can change the world.